right, people, we're back. Post E3 discussion. I am here, as always, joined by Bobby Joel Hill.
God damn it, Armin. Why do you have to do this in front of people, Armin?
And Tristan. He's been on stuff before, so yeah,
hey
he's
guys.
here again. So we're essentially here waving our dicks with our Sony flags, right?
Well, more
or less.
More or less. Okay. We're all on the same page here. But no, really, I think everybody had a great showing, but besides EA, I think they were the worst.
You know, I think at this point, and I'm basically going to steal what Professor Jeff said from Rage Select, he's like, really at this point, EA should have two shows, one for their games and one for their sports shit, so we are not forced to watch both. Because really, you're pissing off the two fan bases. Sports fans don't give a shit about Mass Effect. Mass Effect fans don't give a shit about sports.
I care about both.
Me too,
Okay.
to a certain point.
To a certain degree, okay, maybe I'm overgeneralizing. I'm sure there's some crossover, but it's not me.
Yeah, it's not you, right.
Yeah, but the football aspect, where it was supposed to be some, ultra mega battle to the death, I didn't get that.
Battle to the death.
That's what they're trying to sell it on, battle to the death, playing football. I was like...
With Idris Elba there freaking narrating, which, I mean, that dude can make anything sound awesome.
Even my bowel movement.
He could, man. Friggin' Heimdall, man. He sees everything.
So, let's start off with Microsoft, who were pretty damn solid and on point. I mean, they mentioned TV once, and it was in regards to Halo, which is like, if you're going to mention TV once, you might as well mention it with Halo, so...
Yeah, to me, for Microsoft, it was okay. At least they got down the games. It's just that I kind of felt a little disappointed when they're saying they had some new IPs, which was only about like one or two, like brand new IPs that they announced. And
was
then
Scalebound one of those new ones?
Yeah, the dubstep in Skyrim.
It's got dragons. I mean, we're getting to the point now. Are dragons the new zombies? Is that like the new thing?
Dragons are. I'm expecting dragons next week to pop in my fucking cereal. Like they're everywhere. Like I'm getting sick of dragons at this point.
You can blame Game of Thrones for that in the same way you could blame The Walking Dead for zombies being everywhere.
True.
Then there was it Project Spark, which is it was okay, but then when I saw Conquer, I was getting the Conquer game, and no, he's in Project Spark. I'm like,
I like how that was their like middle finger to people. Like, fine, everybody keeps bugging us for a new Conquer game, so you could just put them in your own game. It's like, oh, you lazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, that really is like, it made me hate Project Spark just for that little thing, because the fact that they said that means they realize that people want a new Conquer game, that they're willing to pay for one, but they're still not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I'm probably not play it.
I imagine all the other mascot characters like Jack and Sly and Ratchet just sitting there from like the afterlife that they're in, just laughing at Conquer like, better you than us.
And we're getting movies too.
Yeah, freaking Ratchet's getting a movie. Ratchet's gone Hollywood.
Also, Sly Cooper's getting a full movie too.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool. But overall with Microsoft, at least it talked about games.
Microsoft talked about games. Yes, they played it safe, but what really confused me was like they were touting that game by Remedy that was like supposed to be a TV show and stuff. Like they showed it off last year. It was supposed to be this like giant media crossover. Like I can't remember what the fuck its name was.
It's a Quantum Break.
Quantum Break, right?
Yeah,
they were teasing, and I love Remedy. Like Alan Wake is great. They've done some great stuff. So that was the game I was looking forward to from Microsoft. Nothing. It's like they fucking buried the thing.
Maybe they saw what happened with Defiance, and they're like, giant transmedia productions. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it supposed to be like an episodic game where every month you would get an episode, like, The Walking Dead or any of the other point-and-click adventure games?
I don't know. I really still don't quite understand what Quantum Break was supposed to be, honestly. I just know everyone was telling me I should care about it.
Here's the thing. Microsoft fanboys are telling you to care about it because it's the second coming of video gaming, right? Sony fanboys are telling you to hate it because it's essentially a David Cage Heavy Rain style. But what's funny is all the Microsoft people hate David Cage and hate his games, but they're touting the same shit we want. So make up your fucking mind. But here's the funniest thing I found at the Microsoft conference. They come out, they're touting Forza Horizon 2, right? They're like, this has brand new features. a night cycle and weather. I'm like, you're fucking 7 games into Forza, and you're only now adding fucking weather and night cycles? Like, I was playing that in Gran Turismo 2 on PS1, assholes.
You know what I mean? I'm really happy I can be you now when you talk about racing games, so I can go, boring. Who wants to see cars racing?
Right now, Mitch is prepping a shotgun to shoot you in the face.
Mitch is like, just for that, I'm going to make you look more like Bobby Hill in the next art update.
You heard him, Mitch. He wants to look more like Bobby Hill.
No, I didn't say that. I take it all back. I'll race the cars. I'll race them good.
And what was that one game they said that they're reviving? I didn't know it was with like mages.
Phantom Dust. Oh, but people got mad at me for saying that I didn't know what Phantom Dust is. Apparently, it sold a lot on the Xbox One.
I played everything on the OG Xbox, and I don't remember this shit.
I was like, I'm supposed. I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to know it, but
it's Japanese army, and so you
To be honest, it was on the original Xbox, which like 4 people ever fucking bought, including myself. So So I guess 4 people liked it.
I mean, well, it looks like something 13-year-old Joel would really like. Phantom Dust. It had spiky anime-haired dudes on it.
Listen to Joel, motherfucker, fucking slap all the fans excited for it. Well, if I was 13 and retarded, I'd like it.
No, it actually does look something like I would be into. I'm actually looking at it. It kind of gives me a God Hand vibe, honestly.
Yeah, I get that.
Like a Clover type thing. I mean, it looks like something I would be into. I don't know why on the wheel of stuff to revive, this was what they chose.
Now, can I say, if there's one franchise which Microsoft have taken, subsequently made worse every incarnation since the second one and butt-fucked into the ground, it's Fable. Like, Fable once started overpromised because it's fucking Peter Molyneux, right?
Yeah.
We get to Fable 2 and it's like, okay, this is the peak of the series. 3's a step down. Some Connect bullshit is the worst piece of crap you've ever played, doesn't respond. And now they're like, Fable Legends. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, so now it's like a linear thing that I have to do with my friends and nothing's changing according to how I... Like, it doesn't even look like Fable anymore.
But Armin, you can play the villain. You can have God mode, and you can play the villain.
So basically, you want to see who's the biggest troll out of 5 people.
Yeah, more or less.
So we're going to have Matt be the main guy.
Yeah, I was going to say Matt would love this game. Matt would be like, no, I get to be the villain. I want to be the guy you're all mad at when this is over with.
Now, I think Microsoft was decent. Let's go talk about a little bit about EA.
No, let's not. Let's not.
Okay, EA had at least a few good things. Mirror's Edge 2. Which
I never played the first one, but if you're excited, I'm excited.
I swear to God, they announced this bitch 2 years ago, and they're still in alpha gameplay. Like, is your team consist of 3 people?
But guys, she has a tattoo on her eye. We're finally gonna realize.
It's not. They haven't even finished with the story yet. Yet the tattoo is supposed to be sitting in the story.
I don't even want a story. Just give me more levels and let me kick motherfuckers. Like,
here's my thing. Can I jump right into this one, or do I have to go back and play the first one to understand what's going on? That's what I want to know.
You don't have to play the first one. Who the hell cares?
Apparently, not many people played the first one except for you, Army.
Oh.
And that was the next one. Was supposed to be with Battlefield Hardline.
Which, you know what? I know I'm the odd man out here. Yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in Hardline. I like the idea of cops and robbers style gameplay with the Battlefield engine.
I've played that on Payday for 5 years now or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it seems interesting, but the thing is that the robbers are supposed to be getting the loot, yet they take down a whole and giant corporation building just for that loot.
But just for that loot.
Yeah, they made about like $800,000 worth of damage.
You don't get it. They stole $1,000, so we have to bring down skyscrapers to fucking stop them.
It's heat on steroids. The thing I like and find interesting about is that the cops are going to have infinite lives. The criminals are not going to have infinite lives, which is interesting. It's basically Payday where you can play both sides of it.
But here's my thing, like, okay, so I'm going to get this game, right? It's essentially every level I hate of fucking Battlefield. Every level where there's like a preset path, and you could see this while they were running away. It's a very guided escape. Like, there's spikes down on the road, and if you stop, you're obviously not going to make it to the end point. So it's like, it felt very guided. Like, I watched 3 different demos of it at different stages, and every time, every person took the same path. It's like, it's almost like that thing in Call of Duty or Battlefield where it's like, here's a car level, right? And all you do is hold X. for gas, and you have a little bit of leeway, like left and right. Like, it just felt like it's there.
It's gonna be more than that, though. I mean, it's Battlefield. They put so much attention into their vehicle parts. I mean, that's one of the big selling points of it.
I guess it'll sell because apparently when they said that at that moment you could get your hands on the beta.
Only if you had a copy of the Battlefield before.
Yeah, well, on PlayStation 4, I tried doing it. PlayStation Network crashed.
Got filled up quick, I guess. Oh well.
Yeah, it was like.
First, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm just so sick of military FPSs. I'm like, oh, good, a crime FPS.
Wait. You're sick of military FPSs? Because guess what? Golf has fucking military in it.
Of course.
I was really like, they're showing the golf game. Like, why does it say Frostbite? And then the motherfucker is shooting a ball across a battleship. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
We're putting a Frostbite engine into golf. I'm like,
so frosty.
Okay, fuck it. Let's go to Ubisoft. So Ubisoft literally came out. No surprises, but holy shit did they have a lot of unfinished games.
Oh, yeah.
Well, them and EA, like...
Yeah,
Battlefront, from EA, we saw, like, 5 pictures.
Yeah, it was really weird seeing this EA where they're saying, well, we're not going to promise you anything about the games, but here's something we're working on. Now, don't be alarmed. It's probably an alpha to pre-alpha. So if it gets canned, don't blame us.
It reminded me of that kid of like the kid who didn't do his report until like the night before, and he's like, "Well, if I had finished my report, this is what it would have looked like."
Yeah.
Would have looked just like this.
Yeah, because it was about that creatine game. I thought it was going to be a new Burnout game, but then when I found out it was supposed to be some extreme sports where you can, do like...
I was ready for like Paradise 2 or something.
Yeah.
I fucking love Burnout Paradise, but no.
All the vehicles, all the times.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, well, what are you supposed to do? He's like, you can crash a helicopter and paraglide into a boat.
This new game feels to me like they saw the fan-made version of on PC of Just Cause 2, where people modded like 1,000 players and they're all doing crazy shit. They're like, what if we just rip off this mod and make it into a game? And someone was like, sure, do it. Here's some money, right?
What I love about that presentation there is, it's basically we get to take a guided tour of their office. Yeah. Like, well, this is our office, and these are our computers, and, sometimes we go to the pub. Where I'm like, this is the best game ever, Pub Simulator 2015.
Then there's that one dude, so sometimes I even work at the pub. I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Look, guys, we only knew about this like the week before. We had to slap something together. This is what you get. It was either this or nothing.
Their big thing is like, oh, we don't even have cubicles because we all want to work together. I'm like, oh, good. So you're Sony Santa Monica, which they do the same fucking shit. Thank you for pointing this out to me that you work together.
Which my thing is like, well, shouldn't you all be working together?
Right,
shouldn't you all like each other in your workplace?
Do you all work with fucking JP? Does he have robot legs yet? Like, fill me in on the fucking details.
I mean, I don't like the people I'm working with, but we have to do it.
Right, I don't like Sean either. That's why Tristan's on here with me. Fire Sean 2014.
Oh, we can make fun of Sean because he's not here to defend himself.
He's usually here anyway.
True. So let's go to Sony. Motherfucker showed Uncharted.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're pretty damn.
I know Joel's right now like, well, Uncharted is popular. Can't like Uncharted.
Oh, that's not my reason.
That's exactly what you say.
That's not my reason for it.
It's what Indiana Jones. If you could play Indiana Jones movie,
yeah,
it's supposed to be.
More or less.
Yeah.
But guys, Rise of the Tomb Raider. DC clearly titled this game.
That was the weirdest title ever.
That was Rise of the Revenge of the Tomb Raiders.
Okay, so honestly, tell me honestly, if you're excited for Tomb Raider, right? Yeah. Which I think anybody that played the original one, yeah, okay, it tried to Uncharted, it didn't do it so well, but at least it's a fun game, right?
Yeah, I got it on PSN Plus. Right. That one is free.
Why would you go out of your way to buy the Xbox One version? We could just get the PS4 version, right? Yeah. Which undoubtedly is going to have some sort of special crap, just like the last one did, because they have some sort of deals always, right?
Yeah.
So, and you can also get Uncharted on the side, so you can get the best of both of them.
Though they did show the release date, which was it holiday 2015?
Blew me away the most was No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
That
you were talking
shit is
about
going to
that.
be incredible.
That looks a lot of fun. It looks like
and of
Journey in
course,
Space.
that game will be exclusive first on Sony platforms, so...
Yep.
Actually,
Look forward to that.
speaking of shit that Sony led with and shit that we didn't talk about on our reaction video, Destiny. There was a bunch of stuff for Destiny and we didn't talk about.
Hell yeah.
Looking fun. I mean, basically the whole thing with Destiny, it's like, hey, you like Halo? Here's a better version of Halo.
It looks so much better than Halo.
Well, what it is, like, from what I've been following, is basically like it's almost like an MMO RPG type shooter thing.
Looks very Borderlands-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And with apparently, Activision signed a deal with Sony, so they're getting exclusive DLC and, timed exclusives like what the Xbox does with Call of Duty. We were getting, exclusive armor that you can probably only get on PlayStation platforms first,
right.
And new maps and challenges. And they're also having the alpha beta. If you sign up before tomorrow, is the final date to do the alpha for the 3 day.
Yeah, and don't forget, PlayStation is going to get a bunch of exclusive content for Destiny right at launch.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even like pre-order exclusives. It's actually just going to be exclusive to Sony things. So it's like that's pretty cool.
I actually got to watch a bunch of the footage of the actual gameplay itself. I got to say, looks pretty good. Again, it looks like more hardcore-ish sort of Borderlands. You got your 3 races, 3 classes, and then it breaks off from there. So far, I'm interested.
From what the interviews and the videos I was watching, they said you will hit max level in 3 to 4 hours. But like any MMO, that's where the game actually starts, is once you max out, because you're gonna have different skill trees and dungeons and raids you can run as a shooter. I'm like, well, that's a good way to go.
Because some of the interviews, I saw one that was really intriguing to me, where it says when you get into this immersive world, you will notice the difference between a level 22 person and a level 5 person. A level 5 person will have default armor, guns, everything. Well, level 22 person has all the crazy shit and crazy armor. And where the hell do you get that? They'll tell you where to go because the map is so huge and there's different things to do on each of the planets from the solar system.
Right,
awesome.
Right.
Not to mention this game has freaking Peter Dinklage in it. It has way more Dinklage than any other game.
More Dink, please.
Which, when you stop and think that this is apparently one of the most expensive games ever made, I'm like, did most of that go to Peter Dinklage's paycheck and all these other celebrities?
Here's the thing that I find good about Destiny. Looking at the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
You compare it to the new Halos that are coming out. Bungie has legitimately gone back to what everybody loved about Halo 2 multiplayer and put that and evolved that to the point where it's modern. Now, you go back and watch the Microsoft press conference, every time you talk about Halo, they're like, oh, and it's Halo 2 multiplayer. Oh, it's just like Halo 2. Because that's the one that redefined it. Halo 3 was a step backwards. And Halo 4, you can go on Xbox 360 right now.
Yeah.
There's like 3,000 people playing Halo 4. Halo 3, hundreds of thousands still. Because it's just an abomination. Like, it's too complex. It's not fun. Yeah. It's like, oh, you could wield this and this. It's like, no, just let me shoot shit, okay? Like,
so what you're saying is it's combat that's not evolved, and what you're looking for is some modernness in your space warfare.
Pretty much.
Well, that, and they made it a point saying that you can't play competitive multiplayer at first. You actually have to play the game for a couple hours before it unlocks.
Good. I think that's a ballsy statement for Destiny, to come out and say it. Being like, no, if you want to play multiplayer, you're not going to be one of those assholes that just doesn't touch single player.
Yeah, they're like, we wrote a story, we bought Peter Dinklage, you're going to play our main story, damn it. Another game we never had a chance to talk about because I think it just kind of came and went, Dead Island 2, which in the grand Dead Island tradition had an amazing trailer that I'm sure will be nothing like the main game.
Probably.
Okay, now I remember when the Dead Island trailer came out. I was one of the only people I remember on my Facebook feed being like, this is bullshit. Game ain't going to be nothing like that. Everybody was like, nope, greatest game coming. It's going to be a masterpiece. Then the game comes out and I'm like, well, it's alright. And everybody's like, this game sucks. I'm like, yeah, because you let the trailer dictate your excitement. Never let fucking trailers dictate how you're going to,
You made me buy the original Dead Island so we could do a let's play of it. Then we never finished. It's been collecting dust on my thing because it's.
But Joel, is it not a fun game?
Not to play alone, it's not.
No. Playing Dead Island alone, you might as well fucking take a shotgun to the face.
I have.
That would explain why you look the way you do.
Oh, snap. The ball-busting circle continues. There was actually some more coverage that they wrote about Dead Island 2 that kind of got me interested. Again, it's back to 4 classes. It's in L.A. this time.
Good.
In California, because the whole storyline, for those of you who have followed it for Dead Island, the whole zombie outbreak is still happening. What really got me interested, though, is apparently the head on this game is the same guy who also did Spec Ops: The Line, which was a game that we all pretty much judged at first glance as like, oh great, another gray-brown war game, until we played it, and then we're like, oh my god, this game is so much smarter and so much more subversive.
Right.
Than we thought it would be, and I'm really hoping this guy can bring that to this game, like actually tell a story worth telling, but dress it up in all the trappings.
I feel like Dead Island, they try to take it too seriously and failed. Dead Island should be Borderlands-style stupid humor.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the game looks like. That's what it should be. So
that's what the trailer seemed to be.
What the looked like.
Right.
The trailer almost looked like it was Saints Rowing it, where they're just like, hey, zombies should be fun.
Personally, to me, at this point, they should full-on take that, because Deadlight, that other zombie shooter...
Thank you for mentioning it.
It looks
that's cool.
just like the first Dead Island, except it adds some parkour. I'm like, you should try to divorce yourself from that look fucking 100%.
Well, and it's prettier, and the controls look better, and, it's not made by weird Eastern European developers with their weird Eastern European sensibilities. But, besides that...
Well, I mean, Sony put some money into it because they're getting an exclusive class for the PlayStation platforms.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they must see something in it.
Right.
If they're putting that much money into it. I hope that's something good.
Now, I want to talk about... So we had fucking, Microsoft come out there and be like, we have the best games, we have the most exclusives, no one's going to beat us. Then Sony comes out, jabs at them with their Microsoft Kinect camera, jabs at them with exclusives. And then tomorrow morning, Nintendo comes out and fucking cock-slaps both of them with exclusives. And I told everybody, watch Nintendo, because they've been fucking quiet. And did they fucking kill it?
Yeah, they did. From what I saw, I'm like, they pretty much nailed some of the stuff that was a problem from last year.
Another Xeno game, for Christ's sake. I was not expecting a new Xeno game.
That looked good enough that I was like, ooh, I want to play this. And then the title came out, and I'm like, well, I'm 30 games behind on this series.
I know, right? I feel the same way. I'm like, man, if I was in this one from the beginning, or could have someone to sum it up for me.
There's one thing I didn't know is, why did they partner up with Seth Green for the stop animation with Robot Chicken and the Nintendo characters?
Yeah.
Because why not? Because Robot Chicken's popular.
I didn't get that.
Okay, let's still talk about the biggest news probably of E3. I mean, regarding it's huge. It's Zelda was shown off briefly.
Or Hyrule Warriors, which I knew a lot of.
About Hyrule. Talk about the actual legitimate Zelda.
This one.
Come on, man, Hyrule Warriors. Get into mode.
Legend of Zelda, which is they actually announced that it's going to be like Skyrim, where like in the original.
So what we're talking about is essentially Skyrim with Link.
Yeah.
Now that sounds fucking amazing.
That sounds like a license to print money, honestly. Good on you, Nintendo.
I was surprised when I said that, because they're going back to the basics. You know how in the first Legend of Zelda, where you didn't have a step path, you basically take down any dungeon in the world at any order, so you didn't really need anything. That's what they're going to put in this one.
I think the bigger news to come out of that trailer is after a debut, everybody's like, wow, Link looks different. And Nintendo's like, we never said that's Link. And then the internet literally set itself on fire.
That's what they're saying. Is that it could be a girl, it couldn't be, but then they're starting nitpicking, saying, well, he doesn't have a sword.
And somewhere out there, Bob Chipman is just laughing to himself, because if you follow movie Bob Chipman, he has been pitching Girl Link for like the last 5 years, and everyone's been like, no, that's never gonna happen.
So Girl Link and Man Zelda? Is that what we're saying here?
I'm fine with that. Print Zelda, the warrior Lady Link, why not?
Sure, why not?
Come on. I mean, you've remade the same game a whole bunch of times where it's these two, and the whole crux of it is that it's always a little different. Why not gender swap it?
You know what happened with me watching the Nintendo conference?
What?
I've decided that this year I'm picking up a Wii U before I pick up an Xbone.
What? Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have Super Smash Brothers, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fucking Nintendo
has Mega Man now.
Skylander bullshit, whatever the fuck they're doing, right?
Right.
I'm
Gonna get
gonna
Mario
have this
Kart.
Zelda. They have some cool looking games, like.
This definitely seemed to be the year, again, as I've been saying in our little thing there, it's like, you know, desperation sometimes breeds good things, because they're like, okay, we gotta double down on what we like, and we also gotta maybe take some chances and give some people what they want, you know?
No, what the fuck were those, like, Amburrito figures? What the fuck was that shit?
Amigos.
Amigo, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And burritos sound delicious, though.
But basically, they're like, you know, Disney Infinity or Skylander figures where you
Now,
get a figure.
You know,
level
I've
up.
been saying Nintendo should jump on that fucking bandwagon since I first saw Skylanders. I mean, imagine the license to print money if you release Pokemon figures like Skylanders, because I'm gonna want them all. So,
Yeah.
You gonna catch them all, Armin?
dude, I will catch every single fucking Pokemon.
Well, that's over 700 figures.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna be there for a while. For me, at least capture the original 250 and then call it a day.
150, motherfucker.
250. Okay, but you gotta double it, though, is the thing.
It's 150 plus 1, okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Technically 151 if you gotta count Mew,
All
which
right,
most
we're going
people do.
OG here. We're not going the silver and gold.
But back in our day, when there was 150 Pokemons, and there was one continent, back in our day.
I thought the interesting concept they said, though, was unlike Skylanders, this will carry out through all the games they produce. So you get Super Mario, like, he'll evolve through this game, and then there'll be another game they use it where he'll learn even more skills that transfer to other games. I'm like, see, now that is fucking cool.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty
Some interesting ideas. Now, did they talk about mobile gaming? Because I know that was everyone's big fear
Nope.
there.
Not really.
They didn't even show the 3DS other than the freaking Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, they really didn't show any.
No, I was
3DS.
talking like mobile phone gaming, because
Nope.
like all the
yet.
so-called experts and whatnot. You know, when the sales of the Wii U were flagging and whatnot, that's what they were all saying. Like, oh man, don't be surprised if they double down on mobile gaming and phone stuff.
No, that was Square Enix with you know, you like Final Fantasy VII?
Now you
There's
can
a
play
mobile game.
Yeah, you can play the bike mini game on your phone. But speaking of Final Fantasy, they're finally gonna give us fucking Type 0, and Type 0 looks tight as shit. So
Boring.
you're wrong, Armin. Freaking me and Generation West are gonna be hyped for Type 0, and you can't stop us.
Well,
What the fuck is Type 0? Like,
It was a mobile game, but it's actually a mobile game that plays more like the classic Final
did fucking
Fantasy.
Kojima named this shit Phantom Zeros or what? Like Zero Grounds? What the fuck? What? Shut up, Kojima.
The Phantom Lands of Type 0. But no, seriously, Type 0 actually looks really good and a ton of fun.
And then there was, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix.
Yes, yeah, well, I saw that announced a little while before, but yeah,
they did
definitely
choose
got to
that.
get that.
December 2nd.
Yep.
Well, there's one thing about I did know about the Nintendo thing is the hype went into it because of the Luigi Death Stare.
Oh yeah, the Luigi Death Stare. That's everywhere online now. I don't think I've seen a meme
They even
take off
put
so
that
quickly.
in their conference. The
Yeah, I
Luigi
saw that.
Death Stare. I'm glad that Nintendo has become like more self-aware of the internet and like they're poking fun at themselves now.
Because
you
they
could-
should.
Yeah, but you could thank Nintendo of Europe for doing that. They actually
Thanks,
made a
Nintendo
contest
of
for that.
Thanks, Nintendo Europe.
But
What else did we miss? It feels like we've been talking about the last
Guess what they
48
announced? Guess what they announced?
What?
Doom is coming, and no one gives a shit.
is it a remake of the
I
original?
don't it looks. Here's what's gonna happen, right? Doom was last relevant in 2002 when Doom 3 came out, or was being hyped because it looked good. And then it came out and everybody's like, what kind of asshole space marine does not attach a flashlight to his fucking gun?
Oh shit! I thought of another one we didn't mention. Infamous Second Son is getting DLC.
All right, and you can play it without
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah,
so
which is
essentially
interesting.
like all the DLC for Infamous, which is the smartest move they could ever do.
Yep.
And you play as Fetch.
Which is great because Fetch was a super interesting character who didn't get enough time to get developed, and Neon was the best power in that game. So there we go. They made the perfect choice.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What was that? Oh yeah, there was one more thing I didn't really care about, but it kind of pissed me off. Was it Super Champion Edition Dead Rising 3 Ultra? Was Platinum Pre-Alpha Edition
themselves.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, why are you guys pissed off about that? I saw a lot of people really excited about that. Again, I can't play Dead Rising.
You can't at Dead Rising.
No, for me it was you can't joke about yourself when the joke wasn't made by you.
The joke is on us.
Wait, the thing is, like, they're joking because they know it's gonna sell. Because Capcom fucking morons rebuy the same shit over and over when it adds like 2 things. Like, and they're self-aware of that, so they're making fun of everybody that's legitimately gonna buy it.
I thought it showed a level of self-awareness. And again, if you're into something like that, then yeah, getting all Street Fighter up in your Dead Rising, people probably like that. And it was available now, was the thing too.
But that's what made me forget. I thought they were going to show Resident Evil 7.
Nah.
That's what I thought.
If there is one franchise that needs a complete reboot, it's fucking Resident Evil. I mean, how much more can you rape something people used to love into the ground? It's just unbelievable.
It's like that Star Trek thing. It's dead, Jim. It's already dead.
People still buy it.
Yeah, people. Yeah, you know what? And they could come out with Resident Evil 7 tomorrow, and people would absolutely buy it.
Speaking of which, I never got to tout my own like dick wanking, but when I did that on my own channel, you know, where I like to do rants and shit over there, it's in the description. People are gonna go watch it. I made a rant video about Resident Evil, I don't know, like 5 months ago, and the actress Mila Jovovich that plays Alice, her official Facebook and Twitter retweeted saying we agree with this guy.
What? You got an in with the Jovovich?
So I was like, oh shit, because you know, if you pay attention to what she says during interviews and what her husband says, of course, Paul W.S. Anderson, they both love the source material, but Sony's the one that pressures them to do these movies the way they're made, so...
It still won't stop them from taking the next paycheck, though, will it?
Listen, if I get a paycheck to keep being shitty, I'll take it if I have to, okay?
That's true. If someone said, Joel, we want you to write a Sinister Six movie, but we also want... Or no, Secret Six movie, but we also want you to put in a Scrappy-Doo talking sidekick and sell energy drinks, I'd be like, okay.
Oh, man.
And in return, here's a dump truck full of money. I would sell out quick in Hollywood. That's why I'm glad I have no integrity, because I would sell it out in an instant if I did.
Joel, no integrity. Vote for me.
Vote for me. I'm at least upfront in the fact that I have no integrity.
Oh, man. Let's see, what else?
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, what was there anything else? Oh, wait. Of course there was. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to next-gen consoles and PC.
Yeah. Is it going to be optimized PC?
All your content from Xbox 360 and PS3 will transfer to the PS4 version.
Yes, it will, which is a great move.
Just this morning, Rockstar announced that PlayStation 4 people will have some sort of exclusive extra in-game content.
Is it the heist?
Well, yeah, maybe they're actually going to sell you the game they promised a fucking year ago.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fucked up? Where it's like, okay, and now you can buy the heist from us. Where I'd be like, ooh, Rockstar, you done it again. To which I would be mad, but I would do it, because goddammit, I want co-op heists. And they better be great.
Now, have you guys seen the comparison pictures of what it looks like on PS3 to PS4?
Oh, yeah.
It's night and day. Like, there's actual grass on the ground, so...
And it was a freaking beautiful game to begin with.
Yeah, so, I mean... And I think one of the parts I really noticed, which is something, one of my major complaints about that game, you're in San Francisco, right?
Yeah. Oh.
The streets that have more than, like, 2 people, and, like, 4 cars rendering, and now, like, it looked like they were full, so, yay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to rush out and buy Grand Theft Auto 5 again right away, but again, you know, when it comes heist time, when we want the best quality video for Armin and I, when the Red Hood gang rides again, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up throwing down a little moolah for it. Another thing that surprisingly didn't get a showing at any of the press conferences, but was played on the floor and is actually further along, and it's probably the game that I'm easily the most excited for. That is the new Lord of the Rings game, Shadows of Mordor. We got to see a bunch of footage of that getting played. It looks good. Looks really good.
Yeah. That looks fucking amazing.
I'm excited for that. This really does have the chance to be the best goddamn Lord of the Rings game ever made, and I hope it lives up to that.
Same here.
I mean, what's the bar on Lord of the Rings games right now?
Lord of the Rings Online is the best one.
That's the best one. None of the other stuff, because I know every other Lord of the Rings game has been like, I see what you were doing there.
That one and the one that's just like Battlefront, except you get to drive a mammoth.
Sweet.
I don't know what that one was called. I'm gonna call it Lord of the Battlefronts.
Yeah, I remember that one, actually. I played that one for a bit, and you could upgrade, and once you killed enough dudes, you could unlock, like, Gandalf, and you could play one of the good characters.
Yeah, it was just like Battlefront, but fucking you could play as, like, Magneto and shit.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was good. That is probably the height of it.
Well, speaking of elephants, you just reminded me with Far Cry 4.
Man.
PlayStation gets exclusive content, and you can basically have someone play with you even if they don't have the game.
Which is fucking amazing. And yet again, it seems like co-op was the big major theme of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really. Most of the games were either
co-op.
co-op.
If they make me log into Uplay one more fucking time, I'm going to Uplay that copy of my game up their assholes.
I agree.
Every time they log into Uplay to unlock this, I'm like, I don't remember my Uplay because no one fucking uses it.
Exactly.
I have like 30 Uplay accounts.
I just stopped trying. I've been playing Watch Dogs right now, and it keeps asking me for my Uplay, and I'm like, no, I don't care about the extra content.
I'm just glad that I made my Uplay on my PlayStation 3 so it logs in for me because I don't even know the password.
But guys, if you collect Uplay points, you can unlock a fucking Ezio wallpaper, which I can get on motherfucking Google.
Same, yeah.
Thank you, Uplay.
Well, they did give me something. They invited me to go to the Ubisoft gaming lounge during E3 if I could have won, but I couldn't go.
See, there you go. Again.
Okay,
the wonders of
next
Uplay.
year, if you get that, I'll sling you a press pass through CBC. That sounds legit.
It was pretty cool. Well, it was. I had everything, but I just couldn't go because I'm not in California at the moment.
Look, tell you what, if I go to the Ubisoft lounge, can I meet Aisha Tyler? Can I stand in her presence? Can I do that?
Yeah, probably.
You're going to be that creepy guy who's just like sniffing her underwear.
I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be the guy.
And there was alcohol, so...
That's
we had 21
I'm gonna be that guy creeping behind Aisha Tyler. You're so tall in real life, and you're so funny on Archer. I loves you so much. And then I'll give her a necklace made of macaroni. And she'll be like, "Oh, look, that nice retarded boy gave me this macaroni necklace," and I'm like, "I'm not retarded, but whatever."
She'll tweet a picture of you and her and hashtag it Down syndrome.
She'll hashtag it Girlwood or Girlbone or whatever it was that made everyone so angry last year.
Now,
and we'll see that trending on Twitter.
Down syndrome Joel. Let's start trending that on Twitter, people.
Let's not. I have enough horrible nicknames thanks to you. Joel Malcott, Joel Bobby Hill.
Well, I'm gonna take a picture of you, make it look like you have Down syndrome. Give me a second.
Oh no, it begins again.
Mitch, get drawing that shit.
God damn it.
So was there anything else at E3?
Not really. I think over the last 2.5 days we've talked about everything we can possibly talk about.
On Monday, by the time I finished the Sony conference, I was a fucking corpse in my chair.
Yeah, same. Yeah, if you look at that video of the last day of Armin and I talking, we're tired, we're grumpy, we're fed up.
Let me take a moment to say fuck you to YouTube's Hangout.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How much more complex can you make inviting a motherfucking person into a Hangout? Mm-hmm. Like, there's no reason I can't just invite someone. It's like, no, you have to put them in your circle, then in your group, then send them a personal link, then accept your own fucking... oh my god.
Now, we figured it out eventually. It was a rough start, but we figured it out.
God damn. So, overall, I was really satisfied with more or less every company this year. Like, no one disappointed me.
Same. It was a solid E3 across the board.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. It was one thing I did like.
One more fucking year where Last Guardian doesn't get shown, and Gabe Newell does not even fart a fucking sound about Half-Life 3.
Well, the Sony guy came out and said that, yes, Last Guardian is still indeed happening, and they will get us up to speed.
Like, show that freaking, like, rat bird and be like, next year we'll show it to you.
Maybe a Tokyo Game Show? For Gamescom?
Maybe. There's always those.
What really bugs me, though, is The Last Guardian was playable 5 years ago. Like, there's a bunch of people that are like, yeah, we played it. It's good. So what the hell happened?
But look, they needed to add more rat dog physics is what they needed.
I love that rat dog.
Well, I could be dreaming of that while playing Last of Us Remastered.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what
Mm. Yep.
But I guess who won at E3 was us, the gamers,
The
actually.
fans, yeah, the gamers won everything. I'm excited for everything.
Yeah, it was a good showing. Good, solid showing.
Yep. All right, people. So if you made it this far, down in the comments, let us know what the hell you like the most. I know everybody's just going to comment Arkham City or Asylum or Arkham Knight or whatever the hell it's called.
Which there's going to be plenty of time for us to talk and play
there
about
will.
Arkham
That's why
Knight.
we're not even talking about it, because there's plenty of time coming.
Again, we're a comic book channel first and foremost, and there will be plenty of time for that. As Armin said, be sure to tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, favorite, check us out on Twitter. That's the Comic Book Cast Twitter. Need to grow that. We can get so much better. And check us out on Facebook, too.
Go give us money on Patreon, and then I can pay Tristan to go to the Ubisoft lounge and get underwear for Joel to sniff.
Woohoo! Everybody
Really?
wins. Everybody wins, Tristan.
No, not me! I might go to jail.
I said everybody wins. It's over.
Are you saying because you're in a minority you're going to go to jail? Come on, we're not all like that. Just most of us.
No, I mean, I may be lighter than Sean. They made me, give me the eye. But you don't know.
Oh. All right, everybody. So thank you for joining us. We'll be back next time, unless this podcast goes dead for another 3.5 months, which I hope it doesn't, because that's what we do.
Really?
Give us money on Patreon.